Well, I just took the Indian to the dealership to get checked out. I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. I'm here in Savannah, Georgia, trying to back out of my garage. And I was thinking, what gets me riding, right? What made me start riding? And I tell you what, man, there's really no rhyme or reason to why I started riding. I just woke up one day, hanging around the house, and I told my wife, listen, I want to start riding. You know, I used to play around when I was young. Used to get out there and do what it do. And, well, here we are. So now that the lowrider is back in the house where it should be, I decided I am going to make it a Harley day. Yeah. Man, I'm glad I got the bike back, man. You know, I got my new floorboards on from Thrasher. Shout outs to Thrasher. I'm not sponsored, I just like the product. You'll hear me shout out things regarding products and what have you. I'm very fond of Thrasher products. I can't wait to start making some alterations to my motorcycle with some of their products other than like the small stuff. I think I bought like a seat nut from them once upon a time when I had a different seat. I had a Sundowner on here. And then I bought the floorboards. I forgot what I bought the bag. I bought an orange handlebar bag, which has come very handy, especially when I'm traveling. You know, give me someplace to throw some little stuff right in front. You know, I like that. And if Thrasher ever gets wind of this, you know, maybe they could think of something where it's like a hard case. I would like a hard case. Any manufacturer. If somebody knows of a hard case that I can mount to my lowrider ST, small to my handlebars, I would really appreciate that info in regards to that. So, here's the thing. What made me start riding? Man, like I said, I just woke up one day and I said, you know what? I want to ride. You know, I was a young man in the Army. I was also in the Air Force, but I wasn't so young then. And I decided, you know, I used to have friends that had motorcycles, you know, and I never really decided to buy one. Didn't really have the need to, right? It wasn't a thing back then. It wasn't the in thing, so to speak, right? I mean, it was the in thing, but it wasn't like it is now. Everybody has sports bikes. And quite honestly, I wasn't supposed to be on sports bikes, man. I'm gonna just be honest with you. I remember a friend of mine from New York, he let me ride his motorcycle, and it was 1100. And man, I shouldn't have been on that thing. I mean, I knew how to ride a little bit, but not like him. He was damn near an expert in riding, and me, I was not. But he let me get on it just because we were friends, and I wiped out. I felt so stupid on that bike after I wiped out. And of course, I was feeling so bad. Damn near took my whole paycheck, my whole bank account, just to make it right, man. You know? I felt stupid. Well, anyway, but here I am now in my 50s, half a century old, and now it's my thing, man. This is what I do. I ride, you know? A little breezy today, I don't even care, you know? I'm not wearing any cold weather gear. I don't even have it with me. It's a sunny day. We had a rainstorm, and I knew it was going to be cool today. It's supposed to be up in the 64 or something like that. And man, it's a beautiful day, bright and shiny, you know? It's St. Patrick's Day here in Savannah, Georgia. And if you haven't been to St. Patrick's Day in Savannah, Georgia, let me tell you, it is a thing. Yeah, man. I'm not even going downtown, not even trying to. It's such a thing that my employer just gives everybody off. It's like, you know what? You're off, you know? It's that much of a thing. It's like New Year's around here. Well, I don't partake in St. Patrick's Day personally. Not because I don't want to. And I know I'm a black guy, but I did Ancestry.com, and I actually have Irish ancestors. So I can legitimately go out there and say, ha! I got the luck of the Irish. I also have Scottish ancestors, a lot of European ancestry, right? And of course, I have Jamaican and African ancestry, right? So, but yeah, I did that. But back to why I'm riding. Why not? You know? So I turned 50, you know, well, I'm actually 51 now, but, you know, in June of last year, I was like, you know what? Let me do it. So I went to the Harley dealership. My wife and I, she was very supportive, and I was, quite honestly, I was taken back by her support in the decision to ride, because I didn't think she would, actually. Not because she's a bad person or anything like that, simply because I know she would worry about me in my riding habits, considering how I used to be as a young man with sports cars. I had a bunch of sports cars during our time together, my wife and I. And she was like, you know what, dude? I don't know, but when you were 20, you were a maniac. In your 50s, I trust you. And she said that, and I'm quoting that, right? She said that to me. It resonated. And it kind of took me back to a time where I knew I was just dumb, you know? It wasn't about the ride. It was about just, you know, getting out there and going fast and just being stupid altogether. I'm about to pull over real quick. My jacket came unloose, and I don't like the wind blowing up my arm because it is kind of cool out here. And so anyway, she said that, and I was like, wow. You know, when I thought about it, my wife and I, of course, like every other couple, we've had our ups and downs. I have been with her for 26 years. You know, we've been married for at least 21, 22. And, you know, that's a long time to be with somebody. 26 years, we never went a day, except when I was deployed. And for a year, I was in Kosovo. We never went a day where we didn't talk or speak or write each other. And even in Kosovo, I tried to be pretty regular, but you know, those time zones and calling from Kosovo to Germany, because we were all in Germany, me, her brother, her sister, actually I think both her brothers at the time were in Germany with us. Pretty much a family affair. She has 3 brothers, but 2 of them were in Germany. And so we did that. And we talked every day and write every day. She was 3 hours away from me in Mannheim, Germany. And I was down at the bottom, man, over there about 45 from the Czech border. We were in Vilsek. Some of you guys may know exactly where I'm talking about. But I'm off topic, I apologize. I ride now for clarity. That's right, just to get to the point. I ride for peace. This format, this platform was never something I foresaw. It wasn't something I wanted to do. My son, God bless him, he CJ is his name. He you know, he's a 14-year-old kid, bright as a whip. Saw something in it and convinced me to basically chronicle my journeys and my drive as a new what they call that, touring or motorcycle rider, right? And for all points to be made here, I am a new rider, right? I've been on the bike so long, and I didn't ride religiously or committedly, you know, with commitment back in the day anyway. But I'm a new rider, right? And he convinced me to get on here. Now I'll tell you what, my oldest son, he's grown now, and he'll probably look at this and be like, this joker. I hated online stuff. I would tell him, be careful what you do online, blah, 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 sticks with you forever, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, I was definitely helicopter parenting because I didn't know or understand really how to use the format. And admittedly, I was worried that he would put something on there that would either mess up the family name or himself, right? And I didn't want him to have those issues in life, right? I didn't want him to be marked by the internet for the rest of his life. He's a good kid. So I was worried about him doing that. But my youngest convinced me. And part of the convincing was, when my son, my oldest son, RJ, was growing up, I saw that he was growing up in an age where all of this technology was being developed. There really wasn't any discipline to it. People were putting stupid things online. Content creators were making millions being crazy and rude and dangerous. And, I was like, man, I get it. You want to make money and people want to be out here making it, shining. But I didn't want my son to be one of those that would be marked by his actions online. So I was against it. But after I realized, and after 14 years of my youngest son's life and watching it develop, I realized it can be done safely and without headache if you just pretty much take your time and watch what you say, right? Watch what you do. You don't want to insult nobody or alienate a group of people because of what they do, who they love, or whatever, right? What color their skin is. You don't want to disrespect anybody that way. So I decided to go ahead and get online because that's not who I am. I don't disrespect people. I respect everyone. I don't care what you do, right? It's America. That's what we fought for. And so I got online and, and here we are. But me riding is about clarity. I ride because, let me tell you, the things that I've seen, the things I've had to do in the name of God and country, in the name of my city. I used to be a pretty active police officer back in the day, 25 years ago. 25 years I spent in law enforcement. And, I've seen a lot of drama, man. I've seen kids get hurt. I've seen kids get mangled, raped. I've seen sexual assaults to adults, children. It's just horrible. Horrible stuff that, amazingly, I'm able to close my eyes at night through prayer and support through my wife and my family. I'm grounded through them. Thank God for them. Man, I'll tell you, it's been, the things I've seen have been rough, man. And I'm not trying to, I'm not the only one, so I'm not trying to make it like, no one can go through it. Man, I don't know what's wrong with this gear. I can't find neutral all of a sudden. Anyway, there it is. Well, so here we are. Now, I'm out of the military. I was medically discharged, and my wife is retired. And, life is good, man. I've had a great career in law enforcement where the alphabet police never had to come talk to me about nothing serious. I had a good life so far. I got a niece who's in law enforcement. God bless her. More like a daughter to me than anything. She's my my unofficial oldest, even though I have no biological genetic attachment to her other than marriage. We are only related through marriage. She's still my daughter as far as I'm concerned. I hope my mama hears this. I want her to know that. I love that kid. And as far as I'm concerned, my two sons have an older sister, not an older cousin. And she's seen a lot too. She was a cop for 5 years prior to being, a Fed now. She's a Fed now. But I tell you what, man, it's not a life built for the weak. And motorcycling, when I'm on here, even when I'm talking to you about it, I don't even have a worry about it, man. I'm just happy to be here. I'm in traffic. I'm debating if I want to get on the highway or do I want to stay on the road. It's kind of cool outside. I think I'll stay on the road because I ain't got no gear on. The wind is blowing. So I'll stay on the surface street. But I'm having a great day, man. How could you not? Yeah, you know, I'm just out here seeing the city. St. Patrick's Day is my day off. I'm about to dip into the office though. I say it's my day off, but I got things to do, so I'm going into the office. And I mean, it's beautiful. It's beautiful, man. You can't beat what we are doing here. Anyway, I ride for clarity, for peace of mind. It is the only time during the day, outside the hug or the gentle kiss from my wife or my kids, a gentle hug from one of my kids, that I feel free, that I feel like there's nothing wrong. And I have a theory too, man. I've seen so much of the world through my federal service, you know. I've seen so much of atrocities in other countries. I've also seen some beauty, that why I can't go see my beauty, the beauty in my country, right? There's some beautiful landscapes in the United States, you know, beautiful mountainsides that I would defend to the death. They called me break glass for an emergency. I got my own AR. I got 300 rounds of freedom and just to get me started, right? I would defend the United States and everyone in it to my death, if need be, if called upon. But, you know, it's so much beauty out here. Why wouldn't you want to defend it and see it? You know? Why wouldn't you want to come out here? I'm driving through an industrial portion of Savannah right now, you know, and even that's pretty to me. All the trucks and the industrial work sites where people are working, getting their lives on and being productive to our society. Oh, looks like we're getting a racetrack. Is that a racetrack? No, that might be a quick trip. No, that's a racetrack. We're getting a new racetrack. Nice. Garden City, boy, y'all good enough. Garden City out here, Garden City, Georgia. Shout outs to those who live in Garden City. Right? Yeah, man, so we're doing big things here. And if you haven't been in the Georgia, Savannah, Pooler area, Pooler's doing big things too. They getting their first Wawa in Georgia. They got the first Wawa. We're getting Buc-ee's down in Brunswick, which is about 40 minutes from here. I am not mad, man. We're doing some big things down here. I'm telling you, man. You know, I know it may not sound like a big deal to some of you big city types, but the continued development of Savannah and Chatham County is beautiful, man. I remember coming out here as a soldier, going out to Hinesville, Fort Stewart area, and there used to be nothing between Savannah and Fort Stewart. I mean, remember, if you got a vehicle or a motorcycle in your garage, pull it out, dust it off, fill it up, and enjoy the ride.